So about an hour northwest of Burney Falls, we're at McCloud Falls, a popular 3-tier waterfall destination. And actually, as we're arriving on scene, somebody just needed to get rescued after getting injured from cliff jumping here. There's been a lot of recent news about this giant boulder that has fallen off the cliff into this popular cliff jumping spot. This is one of the smallest tiers of this waterfall, and so a lot of families use this swimming hole for little baby jumps, 10, 15, 20-foot cliff jumps, not knowing that a giant, almost car-sized boulder over the heavy winter that we had has washed into this popular pool. And unfortunately, the gentleman who got injured today felt the force of that boulder by landing on top of it. He is alive, however, they're not sure of his condition. So always depth check whatever you do. Whatever you jump, you want to depth check with goggles and have eyes on it. In this particular case, it's tough to see the boulder even with goggles because it's the boulder's right down in that white water. So after looking closely at it, it looks like this close side is still pretty safe to jump. It's that far side near where that boulder came out over there that is definitely no jumping in that area. Right on that edge of that white water there, that's where that big boulder is. So it looks at least to be 10 or 12 feet deep here. Nice little baby jump, so still pretty safe. Just stay away from the white water of the falls. Definitely stay away from those rocks. Some of them still could come down. And guys, just to reiterate, when it comes to cliff jumping, always depth check. Even if it's a spot that you've jumped year after year after year, and it's a local spot you go to all the time, always depth check it with goggles if possible, and even with a buddy so you get an accurate height measurement of how deep it is. If there's any obstacles in there, it's really tough to check, especially in white water. So always depth check before you jump, and if you're in doubt, don't jump. So it looks like we found the jump spot, at least one of them. Maybe a 25-footer, 20-footer from there. This little crack. And I saw a spot that looked like a higher jump up there right on the corner here somewhere, but it was like a sketchy down climb to get to it. So Middle McCloud Falls, beautiful waterfall. About a 15-20 minute walk down these wide switchback trails here. One side, the side you climb up to jump off of, has those nice volcanic basalt rocks. The other side has a more tropical vibe with big lush green elephant ears and moss and ferns and stuff like that. So it's very interesting to see the dualistic characteristic of that single waterfall. Up next, we're heading to the top tier of McCloud Falls. Last but certainly not least, today we're exploring the upper tier of McCloud Falls, the biggest of the three. Unfortunately, this time of day, can't get a very good glimpse of the pool there, but it looks beautiful. And I have heard some unconfirmed reports of people jumping this, but I have no idea where or if they survived. But guys, what I really want to reiterate is cliff jumping can be safe, you know? If you depth check, if you work on your technique, if you start small and you practice, and before you move up to the next bigger jump, you're competent at a lower jump, and always depth check. I mean, really, depth checking or failure to depth check and combining cliff jumping with alcohol are the two leading causes of injuries with cliff jumping. I would say among those, a close third is, you know, slipping off the top, bad footing, sketchy trail, something like that. But just be safe. When in doubt, bail, live to adventure another day. Plenty more videos coming. Hit the subscribe button. I'll see you next time. Get out there, find your adventure, and be infamous.
Infamous.